Good morning, good morning, everybody. Sorry, Lawrence just decided to walk through just to bounce. Thanks for that, Lars. There he is, just to prove it.
Hello, News at 10.
Hello,
How are you doing, guys? I actually love this show. I watch it every day.
Thank you, mate.
You help me wake up.
You literally watch it every day.
I know, I literally watch it every day. Today's my birthday, so.
Happy birthday!
Look at that. This is a United
How weird.
fan.
What a weird morning. What a
So I'm
weird
just
Sunday
making
morning.
sure I'm talking into
Okay,
the mic.
well
Sure,
done,
it's
well
fine, thanks.
So say happy birthday to Lawrence in the comments, and
thank
we'll
you
read
very
you the
much.
best ones, I'm sure.
Yeah,
at some
Lawrence
point.
is the kind of guy to have a birthday. Wow, Winter Olympics ban Russia.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Huge headline.
Yeah,
It's
for
the big
football.
news.
It's
You
big
guys,
news.
yeah.
That's the big football news today.
See you guys later after News at
Absolutely,
10.
exactly.
This just in.
Right, let's get into it. That was a good start, wasn't it? Loads to talk about. We're going to be reacting to the Champions League games with Chelsea and Man United. Liverpool with a huge game this weekend. And we're going to dive into the transfer news of the summer and how that's reacted. And also the big ones that are on the horizon in January, including a little poll that I'd like you to vote on right now. And then we can reveal the results as we talk about it. Morata or Lukaku? We will reveal why that is an important poll for you to vote on. Do it right now. Who is a better striker, Morata or Lukaku? But let's get into the back pages. God, that's a long
I'm knackered. Can we just end it now?
Yeah. Let's go to The Guardian first of all. Second best. Chelsea finish runners-up after Atletico hold firm. Decent game, very tight game. Hazard turning up. It was quite a fortunate goal for Hazard. That shot from a tight angle and it deflected in off Savic, I think, which gave him that 1-1 draw. We'll go into the ramifications of Chelsea finishing second in
Tough for
just
them
a
now,
second.
isn't it?
At the bottom of that back page, you can see Klopp orders Liverpool to take all or nothing approach. And if you look at the back page of the Mirror, you can see that as well, that Jurgen Klopp, as he always does, it's about going for it. It is all or nothing for us. It is such a huge game for Liverpool and the future of Liverpool, I think, to a point, because if you are the only English side that's not making it through the group stages, that kind of sends a slight message. They should be absolutely fine tonight, but this will be an interesting one in terms of the approach that Klopp takes with his football club, because it's a game where they only need a draw, but he
He
wants
won't
them
do
to
that.
go for
Klopp
it.
doesn't know how to play like that.
Well,
Klopp,
that's it.
Klopp goes for it. But I'll tell you, any Liverpool fans watching this now, if the worst happens for Liverpool and you do go out tonight, is that season over? Because do you feel like you've got enough to compete for the Premier League title? Because if by the start of December you're not in the Champions League, what are you in the Europa League? Or do you finish second? I don't know. Is this really Cup final as the back of the Mirror is going? Because a lot of Liverpool fans are saying how nervous they are because of the ramifications of what happens if they don't win and they don't go through.
I guess what worked for you last season was not having that European football, so that's always the silver lining of it. But yeah, let us know in the comments and we'll read a few out. Going to the back page of the Telegraph, I'm going to ask Sam about this one. Back in business, 2-1 to Man United against CSKA Moscow, and Lukaku scoring a goal finally. Yeah,
Lukaku, I think that was his first goal in about 10 appearances. No, actually, he might have scored quite recent. Anyway, Lukaku's back among the goals. So goes Marcus Rashford. Man United 2-1 last night, came from 1-0 down. CSKA with a massively offside goal. But just to quickly go back here, on the back page of the Mirror, Simon Mullock saying that Lukaku apparently saved Manchester United from embarrassment on the brink of history. I mean, what is he talking about? Man United were 1-0 down. We effectively need to lose that game 7-0 to not go through. But Rashford and Lukaku, 2 goals in 60 seconds, turned it around. Man United were in total control, but the game made me a little bit more sad that Pogba's not going to be playing in the derby. He played very, very well, and we are going to struggle to replace what he can bring to the team.
Yeah, I think we've got one for the weekend this week with Stephen Howson, so that's one to watch, because I'm looking forward to asking him how big a loss Pogba is, because for me as a neutral, that kills the game, because you know how Mourinho's going to play, in my opinion. But it'll be interesting to see what he says. So make sure you subscribe to Ball Street so that you don't miss that podcast. Back page of the Times, as we sort of alluded to at the start of the show, Chelsea finishing in second place. This could be a massive slip up. We've seen this in the past where you think you're fine because you've made it through the group, but then in that last game you end up getting pipped to winning the group, and it leads to you playing some really tough teams in the next round. And Chelsea have done exactly that by drawing. They missed out on being top of the group because Roma have a better head-to-head after beating them 3-0 away, of course. And this means that they could get Besiktas or Barcelona and PSG and Sevilla possibly today as well, because you can't get another team that's been in your group in the next round, and you also can't get another team from your league. So Besiktas, of course, that would be a great draw for them, but PSG and Barcelona are probably
PSG. I think PSG is the worst team to draw against out of anybody. That is the team to avoid at the moment. 24 goals or something in their 5 games. Absolutely ridiculous in Europe.
And so I think Chelsea fans will be very, very disappointed at that. I guess the bottom line is that was a tough group. So for Atletico Madrid to not make it through that group, then that's a success in itself. But it is, I think the words slip up is probably the right one. So let's get into what that poll card was all about. I'm going to click on it now. I'm going to have a vote, Romelu Lukaku or Alvaro Morata. I would say if I had to choose one of those two to play in my team, I think I'd have Morata.
Ooh.
So I'm going to have to refresh this to see who we've got. But the reason we've put this in today is because Michael Emenalo, who was the sporting director for Chelsea for a hell of a long time, who left very recently, we spoke about it on News at 10, he has confirmed what a lot of people knew during the summer, that Antonio Conte did not really want Morata. He was not his first choice. He wanted Romelu Lukaku. Why that's interesting is because now you've got these two strikers who both played last night, and when you look at them after a decent amount of games, they have a lot of similarities, but they have a lot of differences as well. 58 million for Morata, and was it 70 odd million for Lukaku? Who has got the better deal here, and who is the better striker? I think we can now start to make those opinions known from us and from you guys in the comments of who is the better striker and who's got the better deal here. Because Conte, I wonder if he's looking at it now and going, do you know what, I've actually landed on my feet here.
No, I think both strikers are very good. Now, I genuinely think that had it not happened in the summer and Lukaku had gone to Chelsea and Morata had gone to United, as everybody expected, I think both players would still be having very similar seasons. They are pretty different players, and something I've seen from Lukaku more this season than I ever thought I would is his running off the ball, his teamwork, his work ethic is a lot better than I thought. I always considered him a great goal scorer, but not a great footballer, as in he stays in and around the box. If you get him the ball, he's going to score. But other than that, he's been better. Morata's he's more gifted naturally with the ball at his feet. He can dribble much better with the ball at his feet, and he can actually interplay a lot better with teammates, whereas Lukaku's always been accused of having a poor touch, which is a bit harsh. But I don't know. It's hard to choose them because I think they're very similar. Yeah,
Morata's been involved scored 10 goals in all competitions. But saying that, there's also been moments where he's been absolutely lethal, but other games where he's missed a decent amount of chances, which you don't expect because he does look so elegant as a footballer. In the poll, it's 50-50 right now. So vote, hit that icon, hit that card, and vote right now. I'll refresh it in a second. Let's look at the comments. Mike Tyson says Lukarata, so he says he can't. He's 50-50 for him as well. Morata is more consistent, says Jack Dooley. Haroon Ahmad, Morata will prove he's a better striker in the knockout stages of the Champions League. That's interesting.
I mean, so far at the moment, Morata's got 1 goal in the Champions League. Lukaku's got 4.
So yeah, I mean, I guess that puts paid to that. Salah is the man, says Mike Tyson. I know he's good, we get that. But I'm talking about Morata and Lukaku here. Come on, Mike.
It's like Cameron in the office, just trying to shoehorn Salah into every conversation possible.
Alinkia Maldika, I think we have ended up with a more rounded footballer in Morata. Lukaku is undoubtedly more prolific, but Morata can get there in due time. It is so interesting. Let me know as well in the comments of this video, who will score more goals at the end of the season? Because that's probably a slightly different question to who's the better striker.
Yeah.
Because it's down to opportunities as well and the players around you. But I think Lukaku will probably end up scoring more goals.
I think Lukaku's going to score 30 in all competitions this season. Said it before the start of the season, and I stand absolutely by it. Yes, he's been in a goal drought. But at the same time, I think Morata, if you look at Morata, in his 13 appearances in the league, he's got 9 goals. For Romelu Lukaku, 15 appearances, he's got 8 goals. So they really are on a similar trajectory at the moment in the league. And I suppose it all depends on who can build that momentum, because strikers are all about confidence. Romelu Lukaku missed a hatful of pretty easy chances in that 10-period game where he didn't score. He was getting assists, good performances, but now that goal's come just before the derby, perfect game. Something that's always thrown at Lukaku is that he doesn't turn up in these big games, he doesn't score in them. What a perfect game for him to do it if he can in front of the home crowd at Old Trafford.
It'll be a big moment. You become a legend, don't you? Let's get into the transfer news now, because we'll just run through. We'll kind of catch you up on where we left off at the end of August. Of course, that Morata deal, Lukaku deal, two of the big ones in the summer. But now looking forward, the big names as ever. First of all, Lionel Messi. That one is done and dusted now. He has signed that new deal for Barcelona. He apparently, though, came out in the press yesterday that he rejected a €100 million signing on bonus to go to Man City. He was also claimed in Marca.
Buy clubs for that.
I know, it's incredible. He also claimed in Marca that he turned down $800k a week for a guy in his 30s, right? That shows just how incredible he is. But he's not. He's signed that deal for Barcelona, and you were saying yourself just before we went on air that that's going to affect Barcelona in a good way because you've got him through the door, but they have no money left.
Yeah, they're going to have to really. That's why Arda Turan is getting linked heavily with the move away from Barcelona, because I think he's their 6th highest earner, and Arda Turan is not the 6th most important player at that club, so they definitely get him off the books. Coutinho,
another one that rumbled on throughout the transfer window in August. I think that's another one that will annoyingly rumble on, in my opinion. Klopp dodging questions, but is he really dodging it, or is he just sick to his new teeth with it? Because the bottom line is there is no way that Coutinho is going in January.
Well, certainly not to Barcelona now. If we're looking at the money, because they were going to spend, 130 million on Coutinho. Can they still afford that now?
Very good point. Sanchez, the Independent is suggesting, without any real kind of clear quotes, that Man City will go in for Arsenal. Again, 50 million quid is the offer that they're saying is going to be put on the table.
I'd be really interested to know that Arsenal fans genuinely think about this before answering. But would you rather take that 50 million and let him go in January, or would you just want to go to the summer and find your club in a situation where you have to replace Sanchez and Ozil if they leave, and then have to strengthen your squad as well, because that's going to be 100 to 150 million just to replace Sanchez and Ozil.
Yeah.
Let alone signings you actually need. So it's such a tricky and tough situation that Arsenal now find themselves if City do come in with 50 million in January.
One interesting thing with this is that Monaco have been awful in the Champions League and are getting knocked out and going to finish bottom of their group. With that in mind, does that mean if you can get 50 million straight off the bat at the start of January for Sanchez, can you go out and get Thomas Lemar, who you wanted all along? Maybe there is actually a big deal that could be done in January, and maybe that could be the one. Final one, also with Arsenal, Sam Allardyce is looking for players already. Everton spent so much money in August. I think we're all really excited about how well those signings were going to bed in. But it looks like he's on the lookout for a bit of pace in the Everton side. And the Daily Mail is suggesting that Theo Walcott is the man that they want to bring in. It would be very interesting to know what Everton fans think about this one. He's played 9 games, but I don't think he's started a game for Arsenal this season. No real chance of becoming a regular again, in my opinion. And Allardyce did put Walcott in the one and only England squad that he had. So he's obviously a bit of a fan of his. He can play out wide, he can play up top, he has got great pace. So maybe that would be a good move for Walcott and for Arsenal and for Everton.
It would certainly be a good move for Walcott, because he's unwanted, I feel, at Arsenal now. He always said, look, Wenger, I want to be that number 9. I'm ready to be that striker. And he went through a period where, was it last season, is actually his best goal scorer in return.
Yeah.
So he actually played well.
Great first half of the season.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, they've got Lacazette in now. Now it's Lacazette, Ozil and Sanchez, and Walcott's unwanted. I think he started and captained for Arsenal away.
In Europe, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was the only time he's really played. But Walcott, move on. Sam Allardyce, he wants you, eh? Allardyce, look at that. Lennon on the wing, Walcott on the wing.
Old school.
2008.
Thunder Road says Theo Walcott is just a shit Aaron Lennon.
Speaking of which.
Bava Panda says Giroud. Samuel Brooke Williams also wants Giroud from Arsenal. Yeah, and also, so this is a good comment, I think, actually. Where is it? I've lost it now. It was saying who will be the big tall guy for Big Sam. They don't really have that up front.
Calvert-Lewin?
Calvert-Lewin possibly, yeah. He's had a great season for them, and Giroud maybe is that option for them in January, because he also has not been getting enough opportunities. I'd be surprised if that one went through in January, maybe at the end of the season. Let's have one last refresh. Who is better, Morata or Lukaku. This is what you've said. 71% say Morata is the better striker. I wonder if that's slightly down to the fact that we've got a lot of Liverpool fans, and so they are never going to vote for Lukaku.
That's true.
I think 71%. I thought it would be a tiny bit tighter than that, but that's what you've said. If you disagree, let us know in the comments of this video who's got the better deal out of this one, Chelsea or Man United, and who will go on to be a better striker in the Premier League for Man United and Chelsea, Morata or Lukaku. Let us know your thoughts on who you want to sign in January. Leave them in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll see you tomorrow.